Good morning, family. Happy Monday. I hope that you are all doing well. I hope that you've all also had an amazing weekend. As you can tell, croaky voice this morning. I am tired, of course. If you know me personally, you know that I'm a bit of a lazy bastard. So, yeah, my apologies for the croaky voice. But yes, excited for the new week, excited for new opportunities, excited to, get inside of the markets. As always, people always say once you become a profitable trader, Mondays is your new weekend. And yeah, I guess it's true because you do get excited to jump on the charts. You do excited to, test yourself and, see if you can outdo the markets, etc., etc. So let's get straight into the charts. It is the 16th of December. Before we do get into it, make sure that you guys, drop a like on the video, drop a subscribe or a comment. Keep me motivated to do these videos. I appreciate all the love and support as well, of course. So straight into the dollar. Looking at the dollar currently, you can see that we're in this 4 hour range from this 4 hour higher high to this 4 hour higher low. As I always say to people, keep an eye on the last, if we're in an uptrend, keep an eye on the last bearish sell candle before the momentum upwards. So first thing that I, get drawn to is this whole candle here for a pullback. So naturally, dollar, as you guys can clearly see, the dollar is very, 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 very bullish. We are currently in this bullish momentum at the moment. So I will only be looking, predominantly to just carry on the bulls upwards. So yeah, first and foremost, I will be seeing if during the week, if we obviously break this low, can we see a reaction from out of here to carry on the bullishness up? So that is a first area that I'd be looking out for, but also understanding that we are still currently right now playing out of this bullish for our demand area. Now, yes, that's a 4 hour demand area, but I would probably most likely like to refine that to a 1 hour. So if I just, yeah, pretty much almost to a T tapped that 1 hour demand area, we didn't quite get it fully mitigate. So again, is this early inducement, this candle here? Because if you look at this right now, the reason I just won't buy from here currently from a 1 hour perspective, because this is obviously our 1 hour higher low, and this is our 4 hour and 1 hour higher high. Now, if you look at this right now, in fact, let me get this other one. You can see that we're still clearly in a bearish from the lower time frame. You can see that we are still on a 15-minute in that lowish, that low, um, that downtrend. So right now, if I was just to buy from here and obviously sell vice versa on the others, I've not had no confirmation. So first thing that I'd be waiting for, and I advise you guys to wait for as well, is for a break of this high. So if we can get a break of this high, then what I can get confirmed then is that yes, 15-minute is now in alignment with the 1 hour and with the 4 hour. So then I can look to participate to then sell on, then buy on from GU. So if we can get this where let's say we come above, we obviously here we could have count that as taking liquidity, and then I'd be looking at dollar retracing to carry on upwards and break. So that is first thing that I want you guys to keep an eye on in the morning for the dollar. Obviously going into Monday, need to wait for that break. It is, currently playing it out perfectly from the 4 hour and pretty much the 1 hour demand area. So let me just quickly mark this out as my 1 hour higher low. Yeah, okay, perfect. So hopefully that makes sense. Keep an eye out on this area currently for right now. Let's go straight over to GU. So GU, oh, quickly, by the way, just to show you, if we go to the daily time frame, you'll be able to notice that obviously the bullish momentum is absolutely nuts. So I know I didn't cover the daily then, but just to show you, like, look, the bullish momentum is happening. So again, prioritize putting that bullishness first before looking for any sells on dollar to then vice versa on anything else. So GU. So we're currently looking at GU. As you guys can see, by the complete opposite to dollar, we are melting. We have literally just dropped off like, a crazy madman. And this is the exact same thing. So we have had that 4 hour change of trend. So we've had that 4 hour change of trend. We've got our 4 hour higher high and now our 4 hour lower low. So currently right now, eventually what I would like to see potentially is if we break above this 1 hour lower high, so when we break above, I would look for the market to be rebalancing all of this area because there's a lot of imbalance. And then I'd be looking at seeing the market shift to carry on downwards. So that'll be my main 4 hour supply area. But for now, we're nowhere near there. So if we're nowhere near there, then we've got to play what we see and make sure that you understand that. So again, first thing that draws my eye is same as the dollar. We are in this 4 hour supply zone. So this 4 hour supply zone is taking control. If we drop down to the 1 hour, you'll be able to see that we're currently in that 4 hour supply zone right now. So again, I have my 1 hour supply zone, which I would like to see, met. So again, is this right now? Because obviously we're in London session. Could we be building up inducement, getting early sellers in from this, candle currently? Could we be getting early sellers in because they're looking at this wick and the volume slow down? And then eventually, could we have, the market just be choppy and then come up into this supply zone and then get the true movement down to go and create a new lower low? That is what I predominantly would like to see. The 1 hour supply met. We still have this imbalance around this area that I would also like to be seen filled. So that is what I am looking out for. But also, we could just react from this 4 hour because this whole 4 hour supply, from this bottom here to this top, this is one 4 hour supply handle. So yes, right now we could just see, movement away from this. So what I would like to see happen from a 1 hour is obviously we've got these here. We broke above. We've got this one. We got a high. We got a low. We have not really a high. So what I would like to see is this low be taken and this low broken. So if I can get this low broken, let me just get rid of these now. So if I can get that low here broken, this one, if I can get that low broken, I think that would confirm to me that we now need to be participating on the lower time frames for the sells. So if we can use this as liquidity, we break below, I'll be looking at trying to sell downwards. So keep an eye on that. This is the area that we've got right now for GU, but also, as we've just mentioned, we do need to rebalance the market a little bit. So we could just break above. So play what you see. I'm not interested in any of this above right now. The only thing I'm interested in is where we're at currently. So again, I'm not worried about the 4 hour supply and rebalancing the market. No, I'm interested in the 1 hour lower high is here and the 1 hour lower low is here. I'm interested in this area. That's simple as that. That is pretty much it. Go to the daily. You'll be able to see the bearish momentum that we've happened from last week. We'll zoom in. A lot of bearish momentum that we've had last week. For me, we've had that change of trend. So from this to this is our range. Yes, the rebalance will happen eventually. We will come up into these areas, but it might not be today. It might not be this week. Play what you see and keep it simple. So Euro USD. Euro USD. So as you guys can see, we obviously had this range from this low to this high. We have currently broke that for me on a 4 hour. So from a 4 hour perspective, we have broken that. And this was more of a liquidity sweep. All these highs here were more of a liquidity sweep. So as you guys can see, with the momentum that we've happened, we expected, because we had this, we expected a pullback into our demand to carry on. That didn't happen. So what I obviously now can see is with this bearish momentum and with this 4 hour change of trend, I am now obviously predicting that we would need to rebalance to then carry on this downtrend. So as you guys can currently see from EU, we had this 1 hour supply zone and this 4 hour supply zone that I mentioned to you guys mitigated. And then last week, I wanted to see this area come up and be mitigated. We didn't get that. We just had the momentum carry on downwards. So first thought, from a 4 hour perspective, I want to see the downwards movement carry on, but I would like to see this 4 hour supply area around the 1.05486 area, or you can refine it to the 1.05500 area, this 4 hour supply zone. I want to see this met. And also what I like about this area is we also have this imbalance above. There's a few things that I like. We have, for one, we had an unmitigated 4 hour supply area. It is also, let's just go from the top to the bottom. It is also above the 50% level. It's above the 50% level. So that is one thing. So above the 50% level, we have a 4 hour supply zone, we have imbalance, and then also we have what? We also have this trendline liquidity here that I think will be taken. So what I'm currently waiting for is, can we rebalance and look for sells from EU in this area? So I'm looking at, it coming up to then obviously have that shift to carry on downwards. But that being said, we need to play what we can see right now. So what I can see right now is the 1 hour structure from this low, we have this high, we have this low currently, and we're currently just playing in this range right now, in this range still, but this institutional candle does tell me a lot. So this would be my range right now from a 1 hour. So let me just mark this out. And as you can see, what we are currently needing to worry about, if that's the word that you want to say, is we need to be looking at this 4 hour demand area that we're playing out of. So yes, maybe that is an area that we want to look to sell. But right now, currently, this 4 hour support, demand area is what we're waiting for. So as you can see, we've mitigated that. If I drop down to the 1 hour, can we refine that area? Can we refine that area? Well, this candle could be refined to that area, which we have basically again mitigated, as you can see, as a 1 hour demand area. So again, look at the movement that we've had from it. We've come down and we've had a bit of a mad movement. So from it, EU, I would like to see now, I would like to now see us carry on this move up into this supply zone, and then let's see what reaction. So for me, buys is predominantly my main thought going into Monday for EU. If I drop down to the 15-minute, yeah, if we drop down to the 15-minute, we have took these lows, these highs, which are the Asian highs. But again, I'm sticking to my 1 hour order flow. I am not interested in going, oh my days, that is liquidity taken. Now should we sell off? No, because I'm only going to look for sells if we break this low. If we break this low, yes, then look for sells. You have to stick to your plan. You have to stick to what you can see. So for me, currently, I would potentially, from the 15-minute, I can't see nothing, but can we see this low be swept? Can we then see if we can get this movement? And then I would like to either participate here, or I'd like to pull back to participate here to then go up from a 15-minute or even a lower time frame perspective. That is what I would like to see from EU. So hopefully that makes clear sense to you guys. But yeah, looking nice. We have the 1 hour. Oh, I keep pressing that. We have the 1 hour area here. Let me just make sure I mark that out. 1 hour higher, low. And we are obviously mitigated this area right now, and this is the next area that we want to keep an eye on. So pretty easy to identify, clean, highs here, clean wicks, clean liquidity. Let's go and grab that liquidity. Now looking at NU, as you guys can clearly see, very similar to EU and obviously GU. So what we are currently waiting for is right now, can I, oh, wrong one. Oh, wrong one. From a 4 hour perspective, can I see this area met? This is my main area that I am looking out for from a 4 hour perspective. This last buy candle before this movement down, that broke this low and this structure here. So that is first thoughts for NU. Not interested in looking at anything above. Yes, eventually we will need to rebalance the market, of course, because as you can clearly see, we have a lot of movement down and a lot of imbalance. So yes, we will want to see that be rebalanced. But right now, I'm not worried about that. All I'm playing is what I can see from where is my lower high, for instance, 4 hour lower high, and where is my 4 hour lower low? Okay, my 4 hour high is here. My 4-hour low is here. Okay, so I'm not interested in anything up here right now. I'm not interested in anything down here right now. I've just got to play what I can see. So again, remind yourself, don't worry about every single thing that's going on in the charts. Follow your trading plan. So what I would currently like to see is nothing really as clean as I would like for anything right now, as we do have for EU and GU, so on. But I would like to see the NU come up into these areas, but then a movement off downwards. That is my predominant for NU. If I drop down to the 1 hour, well, first thing I can see is obviously from this perspective, we created a 1 hour lower high, a 1 hour, and as well as a 4 hour lower low. And now we've had our internal break of change of trend. So we have had an internal change of trend here, which means that, let me just do this. We've had an internal change of trend, which means that now this whole 4 hour leg is our demand, our 4 hour demand area. So wait for your confirmations, but if we can tap in and then obviously head up into this area, that's what I've been looking for. Let's see if we can see anything from a 1 hour perspective that may be a little bit cleaner. Well, as you can see, first what you can see is, first what I can see, sorry, is this last pullback, this mitigated this area. So this went up. So let's follow this. This is how simple structure is and why it's so important. If you look, so we had this momentum up, of course. We then created this high. We then had a pullback, created this low. We didn't mitigate any of these. We then created a new high. We then created a new high. We then had a pullback. And where did we mitigate? Well, this pullback pulled into this last candle here. And then we moved away. So again, order flow, order flow, order flow. We then moved up. We created a new high here. And then what did we do? We pulled back. Where did we pull back into? Well, we pulled back into this last sell candle. As you can see, this candle here, before now moving up again. So all we have to do is follow the order flow. Follow the order flow, get paid. That is as simple as that. So looking at this currently, we are reacting from this 1 hour demand area right now. So we've got this 1 hour demand area. So if I drop down to the 15, can I see anything as clear? Well, one thing I can see is we still have market rebalance. There's a nice little 15 minute area here. Let me just pull that to here. We have a nice little 15-minute demand area. So first thought is, with that 15-minute demand area, with also this imbalance above, could this be early inducement? Could these lows be the early inducement? Because we've not had the clear high break, we've had more of a liquidity of Asian. So could we have this come back down? If the dollar is doing what we need it to do, could we have this come back down, tap into this 15-minute demand area, and then could we have the movement off that we want to see? So that is what I've been looking out for going into New York. First thought, play what you can see. So for NU, that is what I'm currently looking out for as we speak. And now let's go over to AU. I don't really think I've marked up AU, to be fair to you. No, I've not marked up AU. Last week, I obviously wanted to see AU come into this 4 hour supply zone here. We didn't get this, but as you can see, we did have a lot of momentum down. So first thing that I can obviously naturally talk to you guys about is, yes, we are still in this 4 hour range from this lower high to this lower low. Internally, what I can see currently right now is the market had a lot of momentum down. We come back up, had a pullback, and then we broke an internal low here. So for me, from a 1 hour perspective, we had an internal break of structure. So 1 hour break of structure. So for my 1 hour perspective, I know I'm on the 4, but I get confirmations from a higher time frame. This is my 1 hour lower high, and this is my 1 hour lower low. So what can I see? Well, first thing I can see is AU is currently playing out of this 4 hour demand area, supply area, sorry. So we're playing out this 4 hour supply area. There'll be more refined area on the 1 hour. So yeah, as you can see, from a 1 hour, we have this 1 hour supply area, which has been mitigated to a T. So let's get rid of this 4. So it's a bit more cleaner. So you know that your range currently, you have your 1 hour lower high and you have your 1 hour lower low. So what can we see? Well, from a 1 hour, we obviously had high, pullback, high, pullback, high, pullback, high. Now we're in this pullback. So we need to see this area broke. So first thoughts is from a 15-minute perspective, I want to see at least this area broke. So I want to see this come down. Once that comes down and once we finish below, I want you guys to be confident enough to then look for yourselves. Look for yourselves down. So again, that is AU. It looks pretty clean to me. As you can see, this is textbook. We have a supply zone right here. We not only have a supply zone that broke the structure, we also have imbalance all here, all imbalance. That market, I always say to people, the market is seeking liquidity and also the market is looking to rebalance itself. That is all it's doing. Market is supply and demand. That's all it's doing, order flow. I am looking for liquidity. Where is the most amount of liquidity in the markets? And where is imbalance for me to rebalance the market? Rebalance from a premium discount area, rebalance from a imbalance perspective as well. So that is what I'm looking for currently for AU. Pretty clean, as you guys can see. Keep an eye out on that. If we take this 1 hour low, I expect to take this 4 hour lower low. So keep that in mind. If we do take the 1 hour low, if you guys want to aim for this liquidity here, of course, feel free to do that. But also this, I think if we do take this 1 hour lower high, lower low, sorry, let me just mark that out. If we do take this 1 hour lower low, I think we'll also take the 4 hour lower low. So we could have a nice clean move on AU as we speak. Let's look currently at GJ. I do want to stick predominantly to the dollar pairs right now, more so the GU, EU, NU, AU for this week, just because that is what I predominantly are looking at. Obviously we're closing in on December as well. But as you guys can see, I give out this demand areas last week. We had this one, which currently obviously create that high, and then we come back in to that 1 hour demand area for GJ. As you can see, this large wick, we come into it. You know, wicks are also supply and demand zones. So again, if we have a large wick, understand that you can use a large wick, which is an institutional wick, as your demand area or as your supply area. So this whole wick for me was a 15-minute, also a 1 hour demand area. We have, obviously, we built up liquidity, early inducement. We didn't break this high. We come back down. Like, this is textbook stuff. Like, if you guys are ever unsure, look at the order flow. We have a pull down, this candle, pull back up. So that's our lower high. We have this lower low. We then come back up, created that lower high. We didn't break this. So then what happens is we come down. So that is our valid, now that's our valid high. So with that being said, this is a liquidity sweep, yes, but that is our valid high. So what happens once we broke it? Okay, now we have a new range from here to here. Obviously, we would have liked to see the market come back into this area, this last candle here. Let me just get rid of this mess. We would like to see the market, of course, first and foremost, rebalance itself and come in, mitigate this area. So from a 4 hour perspective, this is my next zone, would be this 4 hour demand area as a higher time frame. But also understand that if I look at the 4 hour, we have an internal 1 hour break here. So look, we have an internal 1 hour break here. And we are currently right now playing out of this demand area. So let's drop back down to the 1. So as you guys can see, if we refine that, you'll be able to see that we're actually playing out of this 1 hour demand area. Let me just change that to a 1 hour demand area. So for you guys, if you're on this, you know, you're catching this early, what I would also keep an eye on is going into New York. I think we've had a 15-minute break here as well. So let's see. Yep. So look, we've got that institutional candle, as you guys can see. So I love the look of this, to be real with you guys. I love the way that the order is flowing. We obviously have clear momentum, and we've had that bullish movement up. We've taken out this early inducement here, and we've had that bullish momentum. So what I want to be looking out for is GU sometimes just flies, but can we see a pullback into this demand area? So if you're risky enough, if that is the word, if you're risky enough, you should be confident enough if this is your strategy to take this trade. So I'm going to set an alert for when it comes in. I'm going to wait for a reaction from this area. So I'm not just going to buy from this area. I want to see how volume is. But also understand that if you're not confident, you can also wait for this. Like, this is what people don't quite understand. Let's say we get a pullback and you don't get in, then just wait for this high to get taken. And then if you have two breaker structures, you should be confident enough then to get in. If you have two breaker structures, that should give you full confidence then to go in. One breaker structure, some people's rules are not enough. And if you're trading against a trend, yes, like do not just trade one breaker structure, wait for two. But also understand that if we are from a 4 hour, we are very bullish. We are very, very bullish. So again, you should have that confidence of going, okay, that makes sense that I potentially can position myself from this area. And that is a nice institutional candle that we always want to see happen away from. Look at this. Look how identical this is. So this area, look at this big candle, this institutional candle here. Look at this. We slow down, volume slowing down. We have, slowwards movement, and then we have institutional movement. When we have that institutional movement, what happens? The market eventually always comes back to fill to rebalance. We have a lot of imbalance here, so we always come back to rebalance the market and seek liquidity. Where do we come into? Well, we come into this 1 hour demand area. So when we come into this 1 hour demand area, what's happened now? Boom. So because we've had that big movement up, guess what right now? We've had that internal break. So bam, let's see if we can get this. But yeah, that is pretty much what I'm looking for GJ, for all of the other pairs. Give you guys a bit of a lesson. I love doing this, man. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm excited for 2025. I'm working on stuff behind the scenes, which are going to be extremely exciting for each and every single individual. But yeah, man, I get an absolute buzz off educating. I think I have found my passion within educating people inside of this space. 100% I have. So, I'm excited for 2025. If you get any value from these calls, if you do appreciate these calls, just show some love. That's all I ask you guys to do. But other than that, I hope you all have an amazing rest of your week. Never hesitate to reach out to me via my social media if you need a chat, if you need advice. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Take care. God bless. Let's get it.